left us. He forgot us. He don't remember us. What's up, viewers? Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Yep. Phone. Tablet. Yeah. YouTube. Gotta put the content out, you know? Yeah, feed you viewers. You know what? During the Xbox, the Xbox console ban was the biggest scam I've ever seen in video games. The biggest scam. Because you never owned the console. You know, the only way to use the console was if it was connected to the internet. That's for online play, right? Then for offline play now, the console still had to be connected to the internet. So they were charging you for off and online play. Yeah. Then there's a console ban now behind that. That if you got banned, you had to go, let's say you spend $400 or $500 for an Xbox One. And you get banned, you gotta buy you a new one. Yeah. The Xbox One was the world's first disposable console. Yeah. I'm the one that exposed it. Okay? When I called them out on it, when I said the Xbox One was the world's first disposable console. So, and it sting, but I had to send him a message. So it wasn't Colt Eastwood that told you this, or it wasn't Ray from Xbox Ready, or it wasn't our Sacramento Love. These guys are Xbox moderators. So Microsoft was charging the consumer for off and online play, and the Xbox One, it was in your home or apartment, but you never owned it. You never owned it. You never owned it. So you're sitting here like, huh? Like, yeah, you never owned that console. So it was a disposable console, you know. So once I made that video saying that the Xbox One is the world's first disposable console, they had to make changes. Yeah. Because now you can use your Xbox One offline now to play video games. But before, no. Yeah. And they were damaging their own user base, by the way. It wasn't the sales numbers, it was Microsoft damaging their own user base. Because they were trying to make extra money off the backs off their users by having them going through that console ban and then have you buy a brand new console. That was a way of like keeping their sales numbers up. So when I call them out on it, they make changes because they try to ask you like, oh, are you planning on buying a brand new Xbox? A brand new Xbox? Are you planning on using this hard drive on another console? Yeah. The reason that happened was because I was the one that called them out on. Yeah. So they were the console ban really hurted them, man. You know, they were damaging their own user base. And it got so bad that their user base number were dropping, and then people were, once they left Xbox, they never went back with them. They just never did. Some might have came back, but the others, they left for good. They weren't coming back because they never really owned that console, you know. So yeah. So you're like, okay. So you're like, okay, listen to this. You're saying, why did I bring that up? Because this article here is about the 360, and if Microsoft MVP can come up with a code to remove a block, that means they can do the same for the Xbox Ones. People that got their console banned, right? That got their console banned because what Microsoft did was took your console, banned it, and then turned it into an all digital console so you couldn't use it again. You know, so if they come up with if they got a code that can remove a block for the 360, that means they got a code that can remove the block for the Xbox One. Listen to this. So I can pull this article up here. Here we go. 360. Here we go. Yeah. It'll be quick. Listen to this. It says here, console repairer encounters Xbox 360 that Microsoft banned over bad debit from unpaid bills. Microsoft MV chimes in with an elegant official solution. Really? Elegant official solution? Then what about the Xbox One users? Just saying. Listen to this. says errors may signify this was a pay monthly deal, a console that never got paid off, but the latest official update generously removes this key vault flag. Says here a Microsoft Xbox 360 console that refuses to play games due to bad depth has raised a few eyebrows on social media. Cody, a owner of a retro and import video game retail business, remark upon his surprise at booting up this particular Xbox 360 and finding an error I have never seen before. However, Microsoft MVP has piped up to explain that the system 17559 update removes any such restriction. Really? So if it removes that from the 360, then what about Xbox One? Just saying. But anyway, says here the tide of collective wisdom following Cody's post suggests that the restricted Xbox 360 was purchased through an affordable offer from Microsoft. Under the program, you would maintain monthly payments for minimum terms to eventually own your console without further restrictions. Then it says here, according to an Xbox 360 error report published by Games Radar, says here Microsoft launched the new easy payments scheme for wannabe console owners in quarter 2012. Under the agreement, purchasers would put down a modest initial sum starting from $150. Then they would commit to a contractual obligation for 2 years of Xbox Live membership, adding up to $360 by the end of the agreement. Then it says here, I'm almost done here. It says here, the article doesn't say that would happen if the contract were broken. Now, 13 years later, we are seeing what would happen. Perhaps people generally stuck to their obligations, as this bad depth message has stirred a lot of interest. And then it says, why not just hack it? It says many commenters suggest that Cody hacked the 360 to bypass any restriction. Just 2 weeks ago, Modern Vintage Gamer published a video on bad update exploit. The hack has now reached version 1.2 and is enhanced so that any Xbox 360 can now be hacked in less than 1 minute, he explained. And then he says, however, there's a little problem with that plan. The exploit requires the users to run the Rock Band Blitz trial from a USB flash drive. This particularly Xbox 360 appeared to be locked down that even running a trial wouldn't be possible. Then it says here, Microsoft MVP processes an elegant official solution. It says, thankfully, no hacking shenanigans should be necessary to get Cody's Xbox 360 into fully enabled state. Eric Mars, a Microsoft MVP, piped up to explain that if you update it to 17559, the hack will go away. Mars later explained that this update for the 360, which was released in November 2019, cuts Microsoft losses of any block consoles, as it no longer honors the rental program flag in the key vault. And that is that. Well, so there's a fix for this. This article is on Tom's Hardware. It says 17559. That's the update you need to remove the block. So if you can do that for the 360, then what about the Xbox One and the users that got their console bans? Yeah, to where Microsoft was forcing the user to come up with a new username account. Come up with a new username account after they bought a brand new console. What about that console that was banned? Can that block be removed so the console could be used as normal? That's the $1 billion question right now. Every Xbox One owner want to know, because there were a lot of people that got banned on Xbox One, and it's like Microsoft. They were doing it for a long time till I was the one that really called them out on it, and then they finally decided to make a change. But they have to address the Xbox One console ban though, because a lot of people that got banned never really hacked your network, and Microsoft put their console in purgatory to where they physically can't use it. The only way to use it, unless you're buying digital games, that's the only way to use it. So, can that block be removed? Remains to be seen. So, that's the question everybody should be asking. But for the 360, the user now, Cody, he can keep it if he wants to. He can mod it. He can give it away for free, or he can sell it, or put it on an auction or something. So yeah, or keep it as a souvenir. He can do that. But yeah, so but if the Microsoft MVP can do that for the 360, then what about Xbox One? Yeah, because to me the console ban didn't make any sense. To have people change their gamer tag just because they bought a brand new console, it didn't make any sense. So yeah, and they lost all their progress that they made in their games, and you get the point. Yeah. Modern Vintage Gamer, he comes up. He came up with an he did I saw the video, by the way, by Modern Vintage Gamer, and they were talking about that 360 exploit. But even with that, it wouldn't remove the block. You have to get the code from Microsoft themselves to actually do it. So they got some explanation to do about the Xbox. They got some explanation to do about the Xbox One console ban. They have to. Because a lot of people spend money on those consoles, and the way they were treated. The way they were treated by the Xbox enforcement team. They need to answer that. They need to answer for that. So the real question is, can that block be removed from the Xbox One? If they can do it for the 360. So that's the $1 billion question right now. But other than that, yeah, another chapter in the gaming news. Oh yeah, I got a video done too, by the way. So this too. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And catch you on the next go one. Not on the next go around. And thanks for watching. Peace.